Unlike other applications, with Publisher, text resides in text boxes, so we have to draw text boxes to contain our text. For example, on the Home tab in the ribbon, you have a group called Objects, and inside the Objects group is a Draw Text Box button. I'm going to click the Draw Text Box button. As I move my mouse now towards the page, you can see I have a thin black cross, and as I drag, I can create a text box. Now I have a box to contain my text, and I can type the text "Hello." Text boxes can easily be moved simply by going to the edge of the text box and looking for this mouse pointer. This mouse pointer is designed for moving a text box, so I'm going to drag this mouse pointer and you'll see I'll be able to move this text box nice and easily to where I want it on the page. When you place your mouse on any of the four corners or any of these placeholders, you'll see that your mouse switches to a double-headed white arrow. This mouse pointer is designed to resize a text box, so I can reduce the height of the text box and I can reduce the width of a text box. So you can easily resize a text box using the double-headed white arrow, and you can easily move a text box using this mouse pointer. If I wish to delete a text box, I simply click on the frame around the outside of the text box to select the text box and not the text inside the text box, and press the delete key, and then it'll delete the text box, not just the text inside of it. What I'd like to do now is undo the fact that I just deleted the text box. What you have is the Quick Access toolbar, and we placed it below the ribbon. And one of the buttons, which is a blue arrow bending down towards the left, is called Undo. When I click this button, it undoes the fact that I deleted the text box. If I click the blue arrow pointing to the right, this button is called Redo, and it'll redo me deleting this particular object. And I can undo again. You can hit this button several times because it'll undo the last 20 actions. So as I keep pressing it, I'll undo up to the last 20 things I've done. If I click Redo, it'll redo what I've undone. So if something goes wrong, simply press the Undo button and undo your action. Notice also when I rest on these buttons, the shortcut key for Undo is Ctrl Z, and the shortcut key for Redo is Ctrl Y. The last two letters of the alphabet are always Undo and Redo. So if I was to press the key combination Ctrl Z, I'll undo the actions I performed. And if I press Ctrl Y, I'll redo what I've undone, until ultimately I can't redo anymore and the text box has been deleted. What I would like to do is create a number of text boxes or frames to host my text. So I'm going to go back to the Home tab in the ribbon and back to the Objects group and click the button Draw Text Box. I'd like a text box at the top here, so I'm going to drag and create a text box about that long. I'm going to draw another text box. I'll go back to the Home tab, back to the Draw Text Box button, and I'll drag to create a second text box about there. I'll also go back to Home, draw a text box, and draw another one. Now I'll go back and draw two more. Now sometimes it's useful to be able to see all the text boxes that you have on a page, and particularly their boundaries, without having to move my mouse and rely on this little shadow dashy line indicating where my text boxes currently reside. If you go to the View tab in the ribbon, we can turn on the option Boundaries, which is in the Show group. If I tick Boundaries, I can now see where all my text boxes are on the page.